Good morning. So, I want to talk a little bit this morning about why the self work is the most important work that we can do. Um, Coming back to ourselves. First of all, the self work is something that we already have all of the tools that we need to be able to do it because we have all the answers to ourselves. We use the outside world as stimulus, as a stimuli, or I don't know, to stimulate the way that we touch the outer world around us. And then we can use that to heal ourselves. But our healing cannot be dependent on anything that is external from us. We need to completely heal ourselves from within so that when we are touching all of these different circumstances and getting stimulation, that our reactions are always set, uh, aligned with our natural, internal, by nature vibration. Um, so a lot of the fighting against or wanting, yearning for something outside of us, and if there is something outside of us that we are yearning for and it is not showing up in our life, it is because in some way we are out of sync with that. So when we put our attention on something that is outside of us, trying to attract that thing to us, we're trying to manipulate our own internal vibration to pull that thing to us, which in fact, if it is not coming to us, then there is a reason why it is not in sync with us. And a lot of times once we start doing the internal work, and we are come closer and closer back to our core vibration and who we were meant to be always, and we start purifying ourselves back to our core vibration, we start seeing that a lot of those things that we were yearning for from a different vibrational place that wasn't in sync with who we are. We were yearning for something that needed to give us a certain lesson. But once we start going through ourselves and coming back to our true nature, the things that aren't aligned with us automatically fall out of our lives. We don't put our focus on them, and they don't put their focus on us. The things that are aligned with our own natural vibration are wanting to be attracted to us. They are attracted to us. And things that are out of alignment with our internal vibration, natural vibration, are being repelled from us because the vibrations aren't in sync. So whenever you're trying to force something to happen that is from outside of you, and it is not happening, that is because it's not in sync. Now, it could be that you have a very strong pull towards something that is closer to your vibrational purity. And that kind of gives you a map. And if it's not coming into your life, it's because you still have interference on your core vibration. Or it could be that you're drawn to a lesson, or there's all sorts of reasons why we're drawn to things. But typically the things that we are drawn to our own expansion. So if we are drawn to a person, or we are drawn to a job, or we are drawn to a relationship, a situation, a place, we are drawn to something that has our own healing in it. It's something that has come to teach us a lesson. The thing is that we have to we can't get stuck in that. We have to get in. We have to realize that we are in a cycle, that there is healing here, and then start looking for the healing. What is the healing? And also, there are addictions. So we're drawn to addictions a lot of times from a place of not standing in our strength, from a place of not being able to deal with our own emotions inside. We want to take some kind of some kind of medication, or addictive ways of behavior, all sorts of different, I've talked about that in many different times, but all sorts of addictions that help us get an out from the internal work, because the internal work it can be very, that's our life work. It is extremely rewarding. It is the most rewarding work that we can do, but it also requires from us to rise above our ego self, our meat body, our illusional self that has come here to experience this experience, and rise up to our core level, which is teaching us, which is showing us and revealing ourselves to ourselves. The place of being in pure harmony and vibrational sync with the universe and with all that is around us. And so the most important work that we can do is the self-work, because the self-work, we have all of the answers. The self-work also, if we do our self-work, it solves all of the outer problems as a side effect. Once we do the self-work and we come into that place of complete peace, the outer world can only be at peace with you, and things that are not in that same vibrational peace will naturally fall out of your life. And it also is where you don't try to force anything. So if something is not coming into your life, it's just not meant to be. It's come to show you. It's come to align you further, to specify further. This is very close, but it's not it. So if it was it, it would be coming into my life and it would be in a staying. So this is something that has come to teach me something. But right now where I am in my vibrational, it is not a match. So it will not blend. And then when you try to blend things that are almost, there's always going to be conflict. And conflict is lessons. Conflict are all lessons. And so the most important work that we can do is doing our own self-work. And when we do our own self-work, we begin to trust. We let go and we trust that we are divinely guided back to our own selves. And when we do our own self-work, we come into our natural state of being, our natural vibration, and everything that is in sync with that is not only are we attracted to what is in sync with us, what is in sync with us is attracted to us. So you don't have to worry about making things happen. When you put the focus on you and you trust that when I purify myself and come back to my own pure nature, there is no scarcity. What is yours will come to you. It will show up in your life by way of nature, and it can't be different. Now, maybe there's a massive ocean of things that are in vibrational sync or close to vibrational sync. As you learn to recognize what is exactly your core vibration, you will begin to recognize outside of you what is not exactly aligned with that. And you will not accept anything, because if you start cluttering your space with things that are not exactly aligned with your internal natural vibration, then not only are you stuffing your life full of things, you're also altering your vibration, because this other vibrational human or this other vibrational job or this other vibrational thing is in your life and in your space, and you're allowing it there. And so it is like fogging your own sight of your own vibration, because you are allowing all these different vibrations. It's like allowing interferences into your space. So when you start eliminating the interferences, then you allow space for things that are closer to your vibration to come in. And as you slowly come back to your core vibration, more and more specifically, more and more tediously, more and more like with tweezers, then the things that are not exactly aligned with that will begin to fall out. Even if by most standards it would be a perfect match, but you're so in tune with your own internal vibration that you can see that it's just a little bit off. You start becoming so specific and so perfectly in knowing of your own vibration that you can only let into your space what is aligned perfectly with your specific tone. And then your life becomes magnificent because you are aligned internally and externally. And there is also a strength in this, because when you start knowing yourself and when you quit allowing things that aren't a vibrational match in your space, there's also this void, because your space starts becoming larger and larger because you know who you are. And in the physical world, it looks like assertiveness, the ability for you to hold out of your energetic space the things that are not aligned. You become like it becomes like a sacred space. You don't want to allow anything into your space that is not in alignment with that, with yourself. And so you start creating like this I don't want to say it's a wall, because it's not a wall, because things can come in and out, but it's like this assertiveness where you don't allow it in your vibration. And the more that you do that, the more things are drawn to you, because that is a strength. And then the more you are able to see that there is no scarcity in the world. You see that the options are always there. You have all of the options, but you are living from a place of divine choice. And in this place, during this process of self-purification, there are voids that come up in the spiritual work. When you're doing your spiritual work, there are voids, because you're starting to remove things that aren't in sync with your vibration, things that you don't want in your space anymore. But sometimes when you take something out, it feels like there's a hole left. And you have to be able to fill that hole from within. You have to be able to know that just because there is a space for a life partner, or for different friendships to come in, it doesn't mean that you have to fill it with things that are superficial, things that are out of tune with your own vibration. How do we do this self-work? That's what we've been talking about the whole time, on all of the videos. The self-work is very tedious. It's watching yourself. It's reaching for it. You have to be able to reach for it, ask for it, be willing to go through the different pains of it and understand what they're telling you until you can rise above it and break free of the false beliefs. Watch your behaviors and your emotions specifically. Especially the emotions that make you feel out of sync with yourself, emotions that make you feel uncomfortable, uneasy, that we would specify as bad emotions. There is no such thing, but the ones that don't make us feel good, look at them specifically. Why? What is the belief that is in place that is making me feel this way? Reprogram your mind. Know that you are divine. Know that this is a journey. Know that the peace is at your fingertips. Know that you are in charge, that you are a powerful being, and that once you are aligned and in sync with the universe around you, you have all of the universe to work with, that can work through you and with you and of you and for you. And that you are as ancient as the earth, and you belong, and there is a purpose for you, and you have gifts that you have come to give the world. Once you purify yourself and allow your pure light to shine through, then your gifts will shine through, and you can trust that they will come through you without with ease, with ease, that you are of your gift. So once you let go, there's nothing that you need to do. You just need to be. There is no effort in it. It is just being, and being in expression of who you are, of what you are, of the God essence that flows through you, allowing your light to shine through as pure, as clean as possible, removing all the filters, all the man-made filters, all of the filters of the 3D world, all of the I can't, all of the false beliefs, all of the ways that things have to be for me to be accepted, all of the things that we were taught socially that are acceptable and not acceptable. So there is, etiquette. Just so that you can bring your gift into the world and it can be accepted with love and understanding. So in order to be a bridge between the higher levels, the God level, your pure essence, your God gifts that are flowing through you, you want to become a bridge between this and the 3D world, this world that we are living in, which is also, it is divine. This is where everything gets to play out. So if you want to be a bridge between your God's work, your divine work, your pure nature, and this physical world, then you have to know how to bring it on a beautiful platter so that it can be accepted into the world and people can easily swallow it. So if you come, so you have to learn how to work with both of the sides and purify yourself back to your pure nature. So the self-work is the most important. When we purify ourselves, then everything around us in the physical world comes into sync with us. And things that we thought from a less pure level, that is mine, I need to grab that. First of all, you don't need to grab anything, because if it's not coming into you, into your life, there's something out of sync. There's something that is, there are things that as we rise, things that I know today, I didn't know a week ago, I didn't know 2 years ago, I definitely didn't know 10 years ago. So from the perspective I was looking at from there, maybe I would have thought, I need this in the physical world and I need that in the physical world to make me happy. And so when you can look back and see 10 years ago, the things that I thought that I needed to make me happy, and now I see that those were not an alignment with my pure essence at all, then it gives you perspective that you can know that even at this stage, wherever you are in your process, if something is not coming into your life, there's a reason that it's not coming into your life. And when you can let that go and continue to just blind yourself to it, just watch it, become a witness of your life, what is coming in, what isn't coming in, and purify your own vibration. And what is yours will naturally be drawn to you. If that thing was meant to come to you, it will come to you once you purify yourself. Or you will purify yourself and you will see the exact reasons why that didn't appear in your life in the way that it did. But you can always trust. You can trust your own self. And that is why we have to let go of external gratifications. Of course, you can enjoy life, but enjoy it as it comes. Don't be fixated on anything. You can check and see if it's coming to you. If it doesn't come to you naturally by natural flow of life, there's a reason why it didn't flow into your life. And as we do the self-work, if we get to a point where we're a vibrational match, that you can trust that that will flow into your life. It cannot be different. And so that is why the self-work is the most important work that we can do. The self-work is what aligns all of the different levels of reality to us and to our own experience and to our own perception of how things are. And when we align ourselves and all of the different dimensions and all of the different layers of reality align with us, It all collapses into one, and then you're living in heaven on earth. Your mind, your emotions, your physical world, your dreams, all of it is aligned and accessible, and doable. And it all aligns into one space. If you and all of your wants are aligned with you, once you are aligned within yourself, you align all of those layers of reality and they all collapse into you. And then everything around you becomes in sync with you. Even your dreams. Imagine if you have a scarcity mindset and you're dreaming of traveling the world, taking a year off and traveling the world. Your dream is not aligned with your perception or with your perspective. So when you do the self-work and you remove that perspective, you can still see the perspective. There aren't any, there isn't anything that is really jolty, anything that is really like, ugh, when you are aligned with yourself. Nothing, when you are in complete alignment, nothing can interfere with that alignment. Nothing can bring it out of alignment. So you're not afraid to face anything that comes to you, because either it's within your alignment or it's not. You don't have to push against anything really hard, and you don't have to try to pull anything towards you really hard. All you have to do is align yourself, and then you're in such a strong knowing. When you come back to your core vibration, it feels so good that nothing can come in and kick you off of your alignment. So then you quit fearing the world, because whatever comes, you can handle it. You're so aligned and so within your own belief and your own knowing, and knowing that if something comes in that is better and more aligned and accurate with you, you'll know how to bring it into your life. And something that if something is in your belief system that does no longer serves you, and that you realize the falsities in it and it's not aligned, then you're willing to you become so flexible with life and so curious about life when you're in this alignment, and all options are open, because your dreams, your capabilities, your belief about yourself, your perspectives, your higher God levels, your physical levels, it's all in perfect alignment. And then you are in perfect God essence, and you see that there is there's only ease, there's only peace, there's only love, there's only compassion, and other people's out of alignment with themselves doesn't move you anymore as well, because you see it for what it is and you have compassion for them. Once you come into that state of complete alignment, then you see things as they are. You see things for what they are. You lose judgment for other people's behaviors or reactions, because you can see that it's coming from a place of misalignment within them, that they're still pushing up against the world and trying to make things happen and pulling things and thinking that they're in charge and they're the only ones. They're disconnected from their center, from their core, from their God essence, knowing that everything is divine and everything is perfect just as it is, and that everything that happens for a reason. And if we are in a certain situation, it is because something in our vibration, something in our belief system has brought that situation to us for our higher good. We can't be in a situation that is out of sync with our vibration. So if we are, and sometimes the physical world is like the tail of the dog, it comes last. So sometimes we get the lesson, we've already altered the belief, but we're still in the situation and have to deal with the situation and deal with the pain of the situation. So it's like you get cause and effect. And it's like a lot of times when you get that lesson, you've already gotten the lesson, and it's painful and you understand it, but you still have to deal in the physical world with what that lesson has brought to you. So if you get a big pile of crap on your plate, you still have to take the crap and go deal with it, right? Even if you already understand that you don't want to eat crap anymore, and you understand how the crap got to your plate, and you understand that you put that crap on your plate. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there on your plate. But you still have crap on your plate that you have to deal with in the physical world. But when you come into that alignment, it becomes so much more easy to deal with the crap on your plate, because you know that once you deal with this crap, there is not going to be any more crap of that type on your plate, because you've already gotten the lesson, you've risen above it. I mean, you may fall into the hole another couple of times with another plate of crap, but for the most part, once you see it, once you realize that you are responsible for it, and once you have the pain of having to deal with it, then you don't want that on your plate again. You adjust your inner self not to bring that to you vibrationally anymore. And you teach yourself, well, if not crap on my plate, then what do I want on my plate? And sometimes you don't know what you want on your plate, but you know that you don't want that. And so you go hungry for a little while and you do the other self-work. You put your focus somewhere else. You put your focus somewhere else. You put your focus somewhere else. And it's like you keep tapping at all of these different aspects of ourselves. It's like tapping. You go through this, you tap until you can't go any further with it. You move your attention to something else. You tap until you can't go any further with it. You move your attention to somewhere else. And you keep coming back. It's like you keep coming back and back and back. So a lot of lessons in this. So sending you guys so much love. So this is why the self-work is the most important work that we can do. And the more we are willing to endure and look in the mirror, the quicker the work will go, the more we set ourselves free, the more our life experience becomes enhanced and beautiful and just beautiful and full. So become determined to heal yourself. That is the first step. You don't have to know exactly how and what and why, because we're always blind to the spots that we're not healed in. That's why we need circumstances to show us the spots that we're not healed in. But be determined. Say, I am determined to self-heal and to rise above and to look in the mirror completely and honestly and take responsibility. And I am determined to make changes in my life that are in closer sync to my core being. So sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.